Welcome to this explainer. Look, are you feeling this constant lingering fatigue even though you're supposedly doing all the right things? Drinking tons of water, hitting the gym, trying your best to eat right? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're cracking the code on a very modern mystery, and that is digital fatigue. We're pulling insights from leading biohackers, health experts, and some seriously cutting-edge data to reveal the invisible forces that are literally draining your battery. And, much more importantly, we're going to show you exactly how to take your energy back. Okay, let's dive right into this. I want you to seriously think about something for a second. When was the absolute last time your bare feet actually touched the earth? And I mean, not the floor of your house, not the inside of your gym shoes, but actual natural earth. For most of us, honestly, the answer is pretty staggering. We spend our entire lives totally insulated by rubber soles and concrete floors, just completely disconnected from the very planet we evolved on. And it's wild, right? While we are so meticulous about charging our smartphones, we're walking around with our own biological batteries blinking on 1%. It sets up this fascinating curiosity gap. What if the exhaustion you feel every day isn't about what you're doing, but what you're completely isolated from?
And this brilliantly illustrates a powerful critique from a French wellness source we recently analyzed. Just check out the stickman animation we've got here. On one side, our modern stickman is totally trapped. We try to solve this modern problem of sitting all day with a completely modern solution, right? Walking on an indoor treadmill, bathed in artificial blue light, breathing recycled, conditioned air. But on the other side, we have our ancient antidote. We have a stickman who is thriving, walking barefoot on a beach or grass, exposed to actual natural light and fresh air. The truth is, our bodies don't just need mechanical movement. They desperately need a healthy natural environment to make that movement actually count.
But before we get into the super advanced tactics, we've got to establish the non-negotiables. Tech entrepreneur Brian Johnson actually points out this really funny quirk of human behavior. People will fight endlessly online about esoteric health trends, but they entirely ignore the basics that actually move the needle. These right here are the foundational power laws of health. First, you need clean, whole foods. For instance, one of our Molly alum sources highlights cassava, or tapioca, as a brilliant, gluten-free, high-fiber energy source. Second, you need perfect sleep. Sleep is literally the #1 performance-enhancing drug on Earth, no question. Third, daily movement. And finally, you absolutely must protect your vital organs, specifically avoiding what medical experts call the silent kidney destroyers: uncontrolled diabetes, high blood pressure, and the overuse of everyday painkillers. We have to get these right first. So the crucial point is understanding the invisible enemy that enters the picture once those basics are dialed in. I am talking about EMFs, or electromagnetic fields. According to top biohacking experts, we are just constantly plugged in now, totally surrounded by wireless signals and radiation frequencies for modern tech. And here is the harsh reality check. Our biology has never, in the entire history of human evolution, been forced to handle this level of artificial frequency. Research is increasingly showing that this constant 24/7 bombardment is disrupting our sleep, it's impacting our cellular function, and it's heavily contributing to long-term health issues. 10 to 20,000. That is a massive number, right? Well, that is the staggering number of mitochondria, those microscopic powerhouses that generate your energy, found in just a single cell of your retina, your heart, or your brain. Dr. Sajeev Nair, a leading wellness expert, points out something crazy. When you're staring at a screen late at night, the blue light and the EMFs are essentially forcing tens of thousands of mitochondria in your eyes and brain to actively fire and burn energy. So you aren't just losing sleep, you are actively draining your body's deepest energy reserves right when your system is supposed to be recharging. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is it brings up a massive aha moment from Dr. Nair. Honestly, it is almost comical when you stop and think about it. We earth all our household appliances, but we completely forget to earth our own bodies. I mean, look around your house. Every major appliance with an electrical current is safely grounded to the earth to prevent damage and overload, right? We protect our refrigerators, our washing machines, our laptops. Yet human beings, who literally operate on an incredibly complex electromagnetic nervous system, completely neglect to ground our own biological wiring. So this brings us to the ultimate natural EMF detox, earthing. You might also know it as grounding. It is incredibly simple, guys. It's just the practice of reconnecting your body's electromagnetic field with the Earth's natural healing field just by taking off your shoes and walking on mud, sand, or grass. Take Dr. Nair's story, for example. He was dealing with this really frustrating, lingering numbness in his hands. But instead of jumping straight to extreme medical interventions, he decided to try a simple earthing protocol. He just started walking barefoot on his front lawn for 10 minutes every single morning. The result? The numbness completely vanished. It is an ancient practice that is now totally backed by modern biology. Let's move to and see how this builds into a complete lifestyle strategy. We can basically break your detox arsenal into two main categories. On the left, we've got the natural solutions: barefoot earthing, getting actual sunlight on your skin, and taking magnesium baths, which, by the way, vocal coaches and health advocates highly recommend to replenish vital minerals and relieve stress. Then, on the right, we have modern tech solutions, which are a game changer for those living in dense urban environments. This includes things like the Lila Quantum Tech Capsule to help neutralize that EMF exposure, the Bond Charge Red Light Mask to boost cellular collagen without any downtime, and amazing devices like the Sensate or NeuroSim. These gently stimulate your vagus nerve to basically force your nervous system into a relaxed, chill state. Now, for those of you really looking to optimize from the inside out, the biohacking community is heavily focusing on something called bioregulators. Unlike some supplements that just aggressively push a bodily function one way or the other, bioregulators actually aim to normalize your endocrine system. The experts at the Biohacker podcast use a brilliant analogy for this. They say, imagine the tread on your car's tires is wearing incredibly thin from the stress of modern driving. A bioregulator doesn't magically give you a brand new tire out of nowhere, but it helps restore that tread so your biological vehicle, whether it's your thyroid or your pineal gland for sleep, can safely grip the road and function properly again. All right, so how do we actually put all of this together? Here is your actionable, rapid-fire daily routine synthesized straight from all our expert sources. Step 1. Disconnect from screens 30 to 60 minutes before bed to save those precious mitochondria. Step 2. Commit to grounding yourself barefoot on the earth at least a couple of times a week. Step 3. Actively work on your nervous system's chill state using either those magnesium baths or vagus nerve devices we talked about. Step 4. If you have the means, invest in EMF neutralizing tech and red light therapy to counteract your indoor environment. And finally, Step 5, track your data. As Brian Johnson always emphasizes, you cannot manage what you do not measure. So track your sleep scores, your room's air quality, and your baseline body temperature. We're going to leave you with this final provocative thought inspired by a really stark warning from Dr. Sajeev Nair. Look, we are entering an era where AI and technology are going to move way faster than human evolution can naturally handle. The demands on your brain and your body, they are only going to increase. So the question isn't whether the modern world is draining your battery. We know it is. The real question is, are you going to proactively take control of your biology to keep pace, or will you just let the digital world run you down? That choice starts today. Go outside, take off your shoes, and take your power back. Thanks so much for joining us on This Explainer, and we will see you next time.